Hello.
Hola.
Good evening, everyone. Hey, Reverse. Hey, Glenn. Welcome to our Monday night rewatch of episodes. Are we on 6 or 7? Oh my gosh, episode 7.
I wrote 6 because I'm bad at my job.
Episode 7 of season 2 of The Wheel of Time. Hey,
No, because what's up, Gnome? Because Rapunzel messaged me earlier and was like, "Hey, you messed this up," and I was like, "Oh, of course I did." And I went and I thought I fixed it, but apparently I did not fix it. I left it at episode 6 because I'm bad. But anyway, we're watching episode 7.
Gnome, who's gonna give us all of our facts and keep us honest?
Oh no, I have the sads.
Oh no.
Oh, yes, thank you very much. This is
good.
This is my I like to call this my allergy t-shirt because I like to create an allergy for those I don't want around me. So usually this helps me with that.
I found a really cute RBG pin that I've had, the Ruth Bader Ginsburg pin that I've had for a while that I'm going to start wearing when I am out in public, just to
I like it.
Keep people away from me that I don't want to talk to. Although quite honestly, like the purple hair and tattoos keeps most people away. So
that's true. Yeah. I mean, just my normal resting demeanor usually serves to do that as well.
Yeah. My RBF helps me out in that too.
All right,
yay. All right. Well, Rapunzel can give us incorrect facts and poorly paraphrased. That's literally just as good. We'll take that.
Yeah. She's here for comedic backup. And I love that about her. All right. Speaking of things I love about people, there's a person that I greatly enjoy and I would deem to say also love to spend time with, sitting backstage. So let's see who that is and let's bring him in.
Look, here comes an awesome guest.
Yeah.
Hello. Welcome.
Hello, friend. This is our friend, author extraordinaire, Kristina Gruel. Hello, author extraordinaire.
Hello, and I have my giant water mug, so.
Yes, that is
good. The size of my head.
I have 2, but one of them's not water.
Oh, there it is. Yes, I have 2 as well. I have my water one and my adult beverage one. That's because I'm a drink goblin. And then because I'm also a drink goblin and I'm messy, I still have my coffee one from this morning.
Yeah, I have another. I'm a 3 beverage person. That's my emotional support beverage number is typically 3.
I usually at least have 2, but I am super tired, and I thought if I have an adult beverage, I'd probably go to sleep.
Go and take a nap.
Reverse was asking how many ounces is that mug? How big is that mug?
That's a good question.
90.
It's got to be like 64 almost.
It's got to be bigger than that.
I think so. I think it is 64.
That's pretty.
Sounds about right. Yeah, it's a reduced mug. I really like it because the straw is soft.
Is it?
I don't know why. Like pop doesn't annoy me as much as like when people call lollipops suckers, but pop
80 ounces.
You call them
80?
What?
80.
No, that is a big one.
What do you call them? Lollipops?
Hold on. Lollipop. It's girl. It says that on the package. It says lollipop. It says
it is called a sucker.
It does not say sucker anywhere except for the Midwest where y'all are from. It's soda.
Y'all being the key there.
Soda is pop.
Y'all are just talking about a bunch of stuff I cannot drink.
Yeah, I haven't been able to drink soda since I had my gastric bypass surgery years ago. Like I can drink like a little bit of Coke, but forget about it. I'll just do it another day. I hate suckers. I hate it. You know what annoys me more than pop though about soda is in Georgia, they call all soda Coke.
Coke. Yeah. See, that's irritating. A Coke is a Coke. A Pepsi is a Pepsi. You can't be. Yeah. Looks like my team wins tonight, Tom.
Oh, God, fucking suckers. I hate you're all suckers. That's what it is. Anyway, Kristina, hi. How are you?
Hi.
I derailed there because I saw the word pop in place of soda and I got frustrated. But you have you had a little bit of news recently, right? We have a new book from
last.
you since
Yep,
we saw
we
you
do
last.
have a new book.
And you had a pretty cover for it. There it is. Yay. And I could share the cover if I was fast enough in downloading it, but I did not. But I do have a link for everyone to go check out the book if they would like to. What did you say, the novella?
The novella is, there's a free novella called The Eclipse, and then The Dark Moon is book 1, and then the Night Goddess series. I was already accosted at my doctor's office by the entire staff asking when book 2 is coming out, so I'm hard at work at that.
Yay.
It's it's fun. My local my primary care physician, almost the entire office staff reads my books as soon as they come out.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. That's really
so when I have a book release, I get trapped in the office so that they can ask me questions.
I was about to say, or is it like that? Is it going to be like now they have you in this office for a little while? They can corner you and ask you all the questions
and be mad at me if I killed their favorite characters.
Also true. Yeah. Have you had anyone? Have you had to Ratho anyone yet? Read and find out anyone?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, here's the I grabbed a screenshot of the
pretty
cover. It is pretty.
I
like the divide and your color choice as well.
Yeah.
Yellow and orangey yellow and purple go really well together.
Yeah.
So has anyone cornered you and asked you and been mad about a character dying or like a specific one yet?
Yeah. So actually, when my editor was working on book 5 from my last series, she emailed me, called me a lot of bad names, and told me she was taking the rest of the day off. And I ended up sending her a DoorDash gift card because I traumatized her. So
that's funny.
No.
I mean, like, so do you like getting that kind of visceral response? Is that like, does that make you happy?
I love when people are so invested in my characters that they have big feelings over things that happen to them. I like making them happy as much as I like making them mad, but I just like the big feelings. Yeah. But there was an event at the end of book 5 of my last series where it was, almost as bad as Egwene becoming the Flame of Tarval.
Fair, which we can, which I feel like you could say pretty easily without it being a spoiler, because like if you don't know what that means and you're reading Wheel of Time and you don't want a spoiler, all you have to do is not look that up and you'll be fine. Yeah. Because that gives away nothing. Which reminds me, I could throw up our banner for our spoiler. Thank you for so eloquently helping me with that, Kristina. So we're going to keep it up to Fires of Heaven, which for people's sake that aren't able to separate the books in their head,
that are not encyclopedias.
Yes. Yes. Well, I'm only good at, I've never been good at separating the stories from the books. Like it's usually just one big story to me. But since I started streaming and like doing first time reader shows with people, because I have to keep catching myself and like, basically I usually break it up by large things happening. Yeah. Major events. So this one is when a certain someone gets tackled through a twisted stone doorway at the end of the book. Is the end of Fires of Heaven. If that gives you a good idea. We've come back over the Dragon Wall from the Aiel Waste, and someone is presumed, a couple of people are presumed dead. Anyway, speaking of the Wheel of Time, we had a pretty big media asset drop.
I feel like it's ramping up now that we're getting closer. We're getting new content constantly.
Yeah, I like that. I like
I'm excited.
I like the Cadis. That's not the word. That's my friend's last name. I haven't thought about that person in 15 years, 16 years.
Wow.
Anyway, I like the cadence in which they are doing the drops and things. I like that they started, they're sticking with the Wednesday releases, but they're also doing like other mini little things.
Oh my gosh, the interviews have been great. Did you see the game that Yosha and Rafe and Madeline played where they had to like guess each other's favorite things? That was so fun. I thought that was so cute.
Yeah, oh, you are welcome, because I get the struggle.
Yeah. I feel
they did like a version of the Newlywed Game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of the questions was like, what does Rafe like to do on his days off? And Yosha got it right. I don't think they showed what Madeline wrote, but it was hiking, by the way. And they asked where Rafe grew up. And Yosha, I don't know why I find this funny. You go ahead.
He wrote America, right?
Yeah. He wrote Utah, America. I don't know why that's funny to me, but it was funny to me. And then obviously
I don't feel like I've seen even half of what's been put out there because I'm just
I've barely been on any kind of social media the last week or so. So actually the last couple of weeks.
Only because I force myself, essentially. Have I been on media at all? Oh, Noman Garden, I got something for you. So where's that thing? That's a good point, Noman Garden, but you know, Taylor has an answer for you.
And relax.
I mean,
any excuse to play that clip, I'll play that clip. But no, we got a bunch of new stuff. So I'm gonna bring up the posters they released, but also this other poster because I feel that it is pertinent, and I noticed some interesting things. All right, so this was the season poster that we got. What was it, like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, a few weeks ago.
So there's a lot of
Loyal's face where he looks.
Yeah, Loyal's face looks a little. But you know what? So I finally got the high res version, and his so like I can zoom way in.
It's
not so bad.
No, definitely it looked more creased in that other version.
Yeah. I think it was just the shadows, and then like his eyebrows didn't look like his eyebrows like from the other version I had. But now that they finally they updated a little fun fact about on the how the back end of some of this stuff works is we basically have like access to a press website, and they put the press assets on there, and they're not really good about updating them that quickly. And then for some reason, like I couldn't download any of the ones from season 3 for this show specifically, but I could download like the brand new Reacher ones, say, if I wanted. So the way I was just curious about that because it's the way the permissions work on the website. It looks like they have to like update them individually. They have a pretty fast tech support. I emailed like the tech support thing for it, and they fixed it within like 10 minutes. It was awesome. Now I could download the high res ones. But anyway, this is the poster that we got a while back. You know, there's a lot of fun little things in it when we look at it, but in conjunction with the new posters we got, there's some interesting stuff. So one is Leandrin's outfit. Looks very formal.
Yeah.
You know, it's got what looks like the flame of Tar-Valon on it. It's red. You know, it could be like some sort of ceremonial thing or something to do with, you know, perhaps a certain colored Ajud Amerlin taking over, you know, next season, if we're still right about that. Maureen is in her really cool gold armor. Perrin's in his armor. We have an unknown hooded figure in the background. Fairs is there, even though we think he might be dead. There's not much other stuff other than very noticeably on Donald Flynn's neck is a cord.
Yep.
But they've strategically hidden the medallion from us. So, okay. And then, you know, the other characters are all wearing, you know, she's wearing the clothes that she was wearing at the end of season 3. Alana's wearing the clothes that she was wearing at the end of season 3. I couldn't really tell Suwan's, but it doesn't look anything specific. Kira Kovini is also wearing the stuff from her
the landscape version.
Has the medallion visible? Okay, I gotta look it up. This is just the one that they had on their website. They didn't have a landscape version of it. But Rapunzel, if you want to send me that on Discord, I'll pull that up too.
Mhm.
All right, so let's look at the new pictures they sent.
Okay.
So
Ooh.
this one was an interesting choice. I thought they took some interesting choices here. So these are, I labeled this in my notes as the antagonist picture.
Yeah.
But before we go too into it, Kristina, like, what do you think about the outfits? I
You
think,
know, I don't like the black. I want the white.
for Lanfear.
Yeah, I want Lanfear in white and silver. That's just
So there's one of the previews. I can't remember which one that we actually do briefly see her in white.
I need her in that all the time.
I know.
All the time. 24/7. Even her panties need to be white. Everything white and silver.
She looks great in here, one second. I'm gonna do another thing so I don't have to switch between screens. There we go. This is her from the end from this episode. Actually, we'll see her soon. She's in like the white silver dress, which I mean, she looks great in this.
Yeah.
I think when she's doing her Lanfear thing in the real world is when we're going to see her in her white and silver.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree. She looks great when
I
she's
do
in
think
her
it's
white and silver.
for the audience to understand that she is evil. Like it's a little bit of storytelling with the costuming for those who are not initiated.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
So I'm curious to see what you guys think and see what chat thinks. But before I ask that question, I just have to call attention to my girl, Show Ray over here.
She looks so
I love that outfit.
I'm pissed though. I'm so fucking angry. Because she's gonna make me like Elida.
Yeah.
No, not gonna happen. You can like the actress and hate the character.
Okay, but I really like Leandrin. And I also like the actor.
It's true. I really like the character of Leandrin now too. Like she's so interesting. She's so much more interesting than the book version of her. And if they keep that up with the theming of the antagonists, like making them deeper and more interesting.
Yeah.
And then Show Ray also.
Pretty mad about like the Goblin.
Yeah, he is gorgeous. The guy that they have playing.
Yeah,
I fully understand that. So okay, so my question is for everyone, see what everyone thinks. We have 6 characters in this image. And 4 of them are dark friends for sure from the book series, and all of them we know way before Fires of Heaven. Like the 3 of them are 2 of them are Forsaken.
Yeah, they're
one of them is Pat and Fane. So and then the other is Leandrin, obviously. So but they included Elida and Dane. So do we think one or the other or either of them could be maybe dark friends in the show?
No, I think it's because they're dark friend puppets.
Okay.
Oh,
They've been manipulated by dark friends. And I mean, even in the books, that was a big thing, as they were being manipulated. So they're puppets of the dark friends, the Forsaken, the Black Aja. It's kind of some of that deep state, control mechanism.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. See, it looked kind of White Cloak-esque.
Oh yeah, it's definitely white. You could see the starburst right here.
Oh yeah,
that's definitely the starburst.
Wow.
I was gonna point that out too, but Matt Stagger is eagle-eyed as well. But yeah, he's definitely. I'm 99% sure it's White Cloak armor. It's also based on
it was
very Knights Templary. Yeah. You could see it's very medieval Europe looking, which is like Knights Templar, which is like what they're modeled after, that in the Ku Klux Klan. But the bracer too looks very White Cloaky.
Yeah.
And then like if you look at the patterning on this, and then to Dane's,
that almost looks like blue on land. That almost looks like a very deep like blue.
Like look at the striped patterning. Like it's like reversed a little. Like his
is red and
red and then white, and then his is gold and flat white. But like the pattern looks very similar to his.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But what do we think? What does chat think? Did anyone say? Does anyone think
they better not be a dark friend? That would suck.
Neither of them better be a dark friend. Yeah. I like the idea that they're being puppeted by dark friends, though, and that's why we see them. So
that's always how I thought about them in the book series, is they were dark friend puppets.
Okay.
Because Elida is just too if she was Black Aja, she would have been power hungry enough to try and climb up into the High Council. She doesn't even believe in
That's
the
fair.
Black Aja. She just believes in power, and that what she thinks and believes is the truth and is the most important thing, and everyone needs to fall in line.
Yeah.
Which has made her pretty easy to be manipulated, because all people have to do is stroke her ego and say the things that she wants to hear.
Even she's even manipulated by her own unconscious mind in the way that she interprets her foretellings and stuff. She always centers herself in a lot of the things, and even when she's not present in it, except for giving them. But yeah, I like the choices here that they put the antagonist in it. I don't think that they're gonna make Elida a dark friend, but I could see them doing it to Dane. I don't think they will, but like I'm like 50-50. It could go either way. I would rather them not, but
he's just a weak character, and weak,
especially in the books,
are can easily be manipulated.
Yeah. And what I'm looking forward to is to see, like, again, I feel bad saying this, but like what I'm looking forward to with Dane specifically, I was about to say that knowing guarded, is if they deal with his drinking, because he's an alcoholic in the book essentially, and they do address it a little in the book, with like internally with like one of his mentor characters. I forgot the guy's name. Thom, maybe someone in Tomme. No, I don't think that's it. There's a decent white cloak, which is hard to say. That's like his mentor kind of character from the books. I don't remember his exact name, but like he addresses it with him later in the books about his drinking and stuff. And I'd love to see them handle that on the show as well. I think like a fun or a really interesting storyline for them to kind of use to make him more interesting. Then we have, gorgeous, but nothing new. It looks like she's wearing the same exact thing that she was wearing in her poster. Let me grab a poster image so that we can go back and forth.
Oh my Lord.
I took a lot of screenshots today. There we go. Okay. So this is the poster image. So if we'll zoom in on Avienda. There. Yeah. And then we can switch back over to her poster image. This isn't the more interesting thing, but I started comparing them and it made me interested. So I think she's wearing the same thing. Obviously, she's not going to have a huge array of wardrobe as an Aiel. It's going to be Cat and Soar or Wise One outfits.
Yep.
But I do love the way they did the Aiel, where it's like each person kind of has their own like personalized armor almost. So you can see the Cat and Sword, very similar to what she's wearing in the other one. Even almost the lighting is very the same in that image. Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Oh wait, that's the wrong.
Ooh, yes.
There it is. So I like the what did they say? They in their post it was like everything turns to dust or something like that, and then they had like a bunch of them with this effect on it.
Yep.
But she's got half Wise One trainee maybe, and half this leather outfit.
Half half not.
Yeah. Okay. The leather outfit, they show more of it in the later poster with the protagonist poster, which is I called it. So I grabbed the image from that, but looks very like an X-Men with the X on the belt.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the trousers. She never wore pants in any way.
Yeah, it made me think of her goth outfit, but she's not giving how they Aaron had the same thought that I did.
Yeah.
It's not. It gave me the same feeling as her goth outfit, but it's not it isn't the same. I went and looked at them, and I have.
I mean, it's a lot more practical than skirts, but yeah, that was never her.
No, it was never her shtick. I agree. So Lan also wearing very similar outfit, if not the same one. Like you can see the folds of the different layers of clothing, and also looks like the same thing in this one. So nothing real big here. I like the outfit. Again, anything that fucking Sharon does is gorgeous, and
agreed.
I don't need to touch that.
He can do no wrong for me.
This color combination is breathtaking.
Oh yeah. And the a lot of Maureen's stuff looks like she's wearing armor.
Oh, it has, yeah, from the beginning of the show. All of her dresses, everything she's worn has
gorgeous.
Like she's going into battle.
She's also wearing the same thing in this.
Yeah.
And then we have Perrin, Fail, Loyal, and Alana is wearing something that she's only wearing in the Two Rivers, which is like her battle outfit, which I find fucking fantastic. One of the things I love about the Green Aja and the fact that they're like the battle Aja was that they were always ready for a fight. Like if they needed it, but like you never really see a green like as a soldier in the sense of like they're ready for a fight. Like
ears.
Yes, you could see his ears.
Hey, Rosa.
It's a Rosa.
It's a Rosa.
The like they're always still in their dress, which don't get me wrong, like dresses are great, but that's not battlefield attire. So to see her switch over into some battlefield attire to get ready because like they know she has a chance to be ready for a fight, where most of the other fights she wasn't like. They kind of were a surprise for her. So I like this. The hair is fucking fantastic too. It's all very tightly braided, so it's not going to get in her way or anything. And Taylor's just looking naturally.
Other than the Seanchan, I've loved all of the costumes in the series. I'm not
a fan of the Seanchan.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay. Well, we could talk about that when we get. We have some. I have some shots of the Seanchan for the episode. We'll delve into that when we get to them.
That's a good point, Aaron. Like a dress that's been divided for writing is technically pink.
Yeah, but it has a vastly different look.
Yeah,
I spent a lot of time studying dresses and divided dresses and all of that. Maybe I'm too much into the historical and actual like costumey side of it.
To be perfectly honest, I always pictured the dress skirts divided for riding as like the big parachute pants that MC Hammer used to wear.
Yeah.
So that's how I pictured them in my head, just not tucked into their boots.
So split skirts were actually really common in New York City in the not really common, but they were more common in 1890s New York. The rational dress movement had a big part of that. And so because one of my favorite series features that, I like deep dived into that and then poked in the author's head and asked for all of her resources for when she was researching that. So I've spent far too much time looking into split skirts.
You're dating yourself with the pantaloons there.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. What else do we have? The Perrin having a hammer and an axe.
Yeah.
I thought was really interesting. I like that they're gonna touch on that dichotomy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like if you look at him here, like this half of him is shadowed, even his face.
Light to dark.
And then this half of him is brighter. He's got a glove on this hand. He doesn't have on this hand. It's just I'm not sure if I'm reading too far into it or if it's actual subtle, nudges in a direction. Loyal is also wearing something completely different than his thing. He's got this traveling attire almost, it looks like. He's got big, nice big pouches for books, which I love.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice that too. Yeah, it's massive.
Massive freaking hand. For those who have not seen the Hamed Animation interview or heard, I think it might just be audio only, that Kathy did just before season 2 release. It's on the Dragonmount YouTubes. You can check it out. Hamed said that for him, the hands are basically like to paraphrase it, they're frustrating to wear because, they're gigantic.
They're limiting, I'm sure.
Very limiting. They're basically gigantic gloves that you can't feel through. But at the same time, he loves putting them on because that's when he feels most like loyal, because it forces him to interact with the world differently.
Yeah.
And I liked that. That was the way that he put it. I just thought that was interesting. Perrin's bracer, glove, and bracer are great. Yeah, they are great. I love the way they look. But this side is distinctly different than this side. And I just thought it was interesting that it was in the shadow and happened to be he's holding the hammer on this side. And this side.
I would almost think that would be reversed. Like exactly. The axe would be in the.
I don't know. Maybe this side is going to get more attention this season. Like he's going to lean, like just like in the series where he leans into the axe a little bit more earlier on, and then I don't know. It's interesting. I just wanted to point it out and see what you guys thought about that. And then someone who's not in that initial poster. Let me get her over here so we can see her. Or there we go. Let me change the thing. No, that's not good.
Ooh, hello.
Yeah, you can see her good here. So now we can see her over here, our Fail.
I love the knives, the little daggers she's got at her belt.
Looks fantastic. Costuming great.
She's in pants, or is she in? Yeah, so that's she's kind of more what I picture for like skirts divided, where they're.
Except that I always pictured them like where you couldn't tell that if like someone was standing still with their legs together, you wouldn't be able to tell it wasn't.
Yeah, that's how I pictured them.
Yeah. Very simple though. She doesn't look like she's whatever third or fourth in line for a throne.
Does his shawl look like Two Rivers fashion?
Oh yeah, definitely looks like Two Rivers. Hey, listen. If anything is stout wool,
knitted.
That looks like stout wool to me. Some stout Two Rivers wool. But yeah, no, that looks like something that they would pull out of the Two Rivers for sure. I can't wait to see where he gets this arm, if he makes it or if they have it sitting around. Sorry, all right.
Where it comes from.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. And is the spear here a reference?
Holding that,
or is she holding it? Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Is that like maybe is there like an Aiel hiding behind him and that's just the spear, or is she holding it? I mean, like obviously it looks like she's holding it, but that's fun. Anyway, all right, let's go to our next one. There is Egwene's in her full dress. Everyone here is also wearing their same clothes. I thought it interesting that they have the sleeves rolled up on Rand, but they're not showing the tattoos. It looks like he might have had the tattoos and they're hiding them for now. Like I can't tell if these are his veins
I think that's just veining.
Yeah. But it's interesting that the coat has the sleeves up, and his forearm is bared exactly where the tattoo would be, but no tattoo.
He hasn't gone through the columns yet. The season hasn't started, Thom.
True. It's very true.
I still prefer if they release that same poster later in the season with the tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, Jono? Jono. Hi, Jono. A new person in chat. Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
and then everyone else here is pretty much wearing the same clothes that they've been wearing in the other stuff. Okay, so Matt again. You can see the cord around his neck. Let's see.
Yeah, Rapunzel said she sent it.
Yeah. Let me open up a big one of that so we can look at it. There we go. So where's Matt? There he is. Oh, he's got a completely different view. Oh, you can see it in that other one. It's just weird. Because like, look, if you look at Matt here, right? Like and then if we go to Matt and the other, he's flipped. Where is it?
What?
Yeah, he's flipped. Right? Oh no, it's this other one.
Different. It's a more compressed image.
It's a different orientation, yeah, I guess. This one. Yeah, see, you could see it kind of here too, but you can't really tell what it is. In that other one, you really can tell it's a fox head medallion for sure.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, this is great. Yeah, I hadn't seen this one.
Yeah, I hadn't seen this version yet.
They just all have
It's
a
the
little
same,
bit more
all the same characters, but everyone's spread out a little bit more. You see a little bit less of Fairs. Yeah, and you can see a little bit more of the cat. This looks like more like a cat and soar now. It looks less like a Murdril and more like an Aiel.
Interesting.
Our hooded friend in the corner.
Huh.
But
like
yeah, that's for sure the fox head.
Definitely a fox medallion.
So maybe he'll find it in Tenchiko, or he'll go through a doorway maybe in Tenchiko and get it. We'll see.
There better be some sort of doorways.
Well, we did get in the sneak peek. We did see a doorway. There was a snake. There was a red twisted doorway that had a snake and fox inlay on it.
Yep.
I'll grab that image.
I was gonna say
later.
you should have a picture of it.
I do have a picture.
I've been underground. I've seen no posters or no images.
Oh my gosh, really?
They released that 11 minutes of the first episode last week.
Yeah,
do you want to know? Do you want to see them?
Okay, this is from that.
I'm telling y'all, the pneumia and COVID like wrecked me.
Ugh,
yeah. This image is from that 11-minute sneak peek, but there is the twisted redstone doorway with a snake and a couple of foxes up there. So it is there. Whether or not that's just a reference to to it, or if it's actually going to be used as the redstone doorway. But
we better use it, or I'm going to go push Rafe through a redstone doorway.
I feel you.
I think
he knows. I think he knows.
Yeah. So we got Matt in his
very fancy shirt.
Thing. But look at I love it. I love the whole outfit. He's looking really nice. Whereas as somebody who has been dragged for being in a bathrobe for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
He's got some pretty fantastic outfits.
He's had his glow up now that he's the guy who blew the horn.
Oh yeah, he's our horn blower. I like Min's style. Seems to be this weird two-tone fabric type thing where she wears what do you call is that like a bolero, but it's got I don't know. It's interesting. It seems to be her thing though. Yeah. It's definitely Min's style essentially. It's got two different fabric tones. Elaine is wearing the same thing that she's wearing in the first in that first poster, and also the same thing that she's wearing when she did her little all the characters, not all of them, 4 or 5 of the characters posted a little where did we leave this character in season 2 thing, and she's wearing that on the set of season 3. So this is probably her Tenchiko outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is it me, or does it look like her outfit's made out of a grandma's quilting scrap bag?
Absolutely, that is what that looks like.
I mean, yeah, it could have been a couch print in the 1970s. That's fine.
Oh yeah, it definitely it screams for me it really screams pirate or Nordic nautical type thing. I don't know why. It makes me. Knowing that she's nautical. You heard me.
Yeah, it's a very fancy grandma.
Yeah, she I don't know, but I think maybe it's just because I know they're going to be in Tenchiko and it's Tortuga that it makes me think that. But that's what it makes me think that. I could see her on in Tortuga in Pirates of the Caribbean wearing this. Maybe it's the colors. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously fucking Swan looking gorgeous. She's wearing the same outfit that she was wearing in the clip that we saw.
Yep.
Rand, same coat that he was wearing in the other one, doing his little disintegration thing, but still
no tattoo.
His forearm is the coat is noticeably hiked up above, so you could see his forearm, but no tattoo. Yeah.
It's they're trying to draw attention to the fact that he doesn't have the tattoo.
Yeah. Oh, and then I grabbed this so we can look, so I can compare Egwene's dress here and her thing in the full cast one, and it looked very similar.
Aww.
Oh yeah, this is my picture from earlier today. If anyone follows me on Instagram, I posted this.
Yeah, is that Firefly?
Yeah, that was Firefly. I was going to bring that up. I forgot. I wrote it down too, because you play board games.
I love playing.
That's why I have the Firefly picture.
Yeah.
Lanfear did steal some of Luna's water today, and while he was sleeping. So this is the picture.
Rude.
So I forgot to bring it up before, but yes, not only does Kristina love books and Wheel of Time and writing, because she's a fantastic author who has great taste in the characters that she puts in her book.
Not that
you play. It's not because it's not just because I have a character in her book, and Luna as well has one.
Yes, and they both
they're actually fun.
Haven't croaked it yet either.
Yes,
yay! Thank goodness.
I'm perfectly fine if you kill me. Just don't kill Luna.
Just not Luna.
Yeah. Like as long as if we have to make a choice, that's how I would roll. But yeah, you wrote in your thing that your favorite game is Firefly, and I had this picture from the last time that I played Firefly. Yeah. So
we have the big giant neoprene mat that
us too.
Yeah, that has like the expanded thing. And
this is the full mat.
My mother-in-law, who doesn't know much about any of it, can kick all of her butts because she just putters around. That we're all trying to build like our ideal crew and get the modifications for our ships before we go and do things, and she just putters around the outskirts of the map and just does her little things.
And for those who like to play board games and like big crunchy board, it's not super crunchy, but it's big. Obviously, this footprint is huge. Even without the expansions, the footprint is huge for this game. Yeah. And this isn't even everything. You don't even have all of the decks of cards on the table here. Oh no, they are, but they're off camera over here.
We have a second table with all of the extra decks.
Too soon, Rapunzel. Too soon.
Have you looked into business card holders, like the ones that hold 4 rows of business cards? Those are really great for holding the decks.
That is a great suggestion for people that need holders for that. But my friend who is also as obsessed with this game as you are bought a custom stand for the cards, specifically for Firefly, so that they can have their cards set up. But before we talk about Firefly and Serenity for the next week, because I easily can do that, even though Joss Whedon has unmasked himself as a douche. I can't unlove that.
So
series.
Disappointing to me. So disappointing.
Yeah. Adam Baldwin too, which is frustrating because I loved Adam Baldwin.
We'll pretend that Joss Whedon has nothing to do with it, but you do know that I have a child named after something from Firefly.
I don't know if I knew that.
My daughter is named for the ship in Firefly, Serenity.
Oh, Serenity! I did know that. Yeah,
and whenever we're playing when she plays Firefly, she never hangs the whole game, but she'll get everything set up, and she'll sit at the table and sing, "You can't take the sky from me because I am the Serenity," and she shouts the last line.
That's great. Oh man, I do remember that game. Oh, is that the one where it has there's a monster on the cover and a wizard holding a staff? I don't remember anything about the game except the miniatures were cool. I don't remember the 1980s one that well. I remember the front of the box having a wizard holding a staff with magic coming out of it and a monster, but I don't really remember how the game played. I do have a bunch of the more recent stuff, which is more just D&D in a box. It's kind of like a one-shot module in a box, but it plays a little bit more like a board game than a tabletop RPG. A lot of fun. Anyway, let's get to the reason why we're here, which is...
What was that again? Why are we here? What are we doing?
The Wheel of Time.
Oh, yes.
Dragonmount. We watch and talk about and read The Wheel of Time. And Luna's back now. We've stared his butt.
Luna butt.
We're going to be watching not episode 6 like the stream was titled before because I'm bad at my job. We're watching episode 7, Das de Mar.
Ah, yes.
It is a pretty fantastic episode. I'm going to post in a second here the link to the Teleparty, which is the program that we use to stream the watch party. And if anyone wants to follow along that way, you can join the watch party. I'll post the link in a second. Or if you want to follow along on your own, I will have a timer over here and I will line them up so that we can watch together that way. The Teleparty it's a browser extension. It's a legit extension. It's free. It might require you to sign back into your Prime Video account again once you click on it and download it. But it's like a legit extension. You don't have to worry about like getting tagged by Amazon for using something. It's a real extension that they allow people to use. So no worries there. I will post the link as soon as I set the things to only allow me to control it, because y'all are bad.
I'm a very bad person. I like to control things.
We are just not to be trusted.
No.
The link for the watch party should be popping up in chat now, and I put the link in our private chat so you can click on it. And while people are getting that ready, how was everyone's week? What did anything new and exciting go on in the last week?
No, the weather here is going to be crazy. Have you watched all of the Where We Left Off clips yet? Have you seen them all? For all
yes.
The characters? Okay.
Well, as of this afternoon, I don't know if they've posted they posted like 4 of them like consecutively, and then I hadn't seen them post any new ones in like the last 3 hours.
Who's out so far?
Elaine. You know what? I could just look.
Okay. Because I don't think I've seen. I saw one of them get posted, but I haven't watched those yet.
I know Elaine is out for sure.
I've been too busy.
Min, Elaine, Lanfear, and Egwene. Oh, and Lan.
And Lan. Okay.
Yeah, I watched all those.
The first one I saw. That's the only one I've seen.
Yeah, the last one they posted was Avienda, actually, and I saw that one too.
I'm having technical difficulties.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
My computer is sure that I need to sign into my author account
for Amazon.
For Amazon.
Okay. You do need your own Amazon to join the watch party. You do need your own Amazon.
I know the Amazon account that we use watch party stuff though is our personal one, not my business.
There you go. Yeah. So make sure you have Amazon Prime. If not, and you're watching it by other means, which I'm sure are perfectly legal.
Completely legal. Oh, hi Luna.
You could follow along that way. Yes, Luna turned around.
Good.
He deemed us worthy of his faith. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
Don't talk to him. You'll annoy him. Don't make
him
mad.
He's okay. I'll give him his little. He likes when I give him his mohawk. Give him his mohawk.
I just have been too obsessed. Like when I get a few minutes, I've been watching like the interviews, either like other content creators' interviews or the other stuff they've released, like their cute little one they did earlier today. It's also fun. They seem really excited to actually be able to promote, because that's what we missed out on last season. Yeah,
it's been like 3 years essentially since they've gotten to really like do a real marketing campaign for Wheel of Time stuff. Like they did a little bit of interviewing throughout the year, but like they couldn't do anything for season 2 because it was the strikes. Yeah, I'm definitely glad that they were able to do that, and to see their enthusiasm, like you said, has been really refreshing.
67 videos on the interview playlist so far.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Oh, speaking of, let me share that link to that playlist that Rapunzel made. I have so many windows open. Rapunzel put together a playlist over on the YouTubes for all the different interviews, and she sent me the link for it. And I want to share it with everybody because it is fantastic. Where is it? Yeah, here's the playlist. I found it. All right, so I'll put the link for the playlist of all of the interviews into chat. But also, don't forget to go over to the Dragonmount video section and check out Dragonmount's specific interviews too, and leave comments and things so that Kathy knows that I'm promoting our stuff and not forgetting like I always do.
I thought, like, I've seen a lot, and obviously I am biased because I love Dragonmount and Kathy, but I thought it was so cute. Matt is such a nerd. Donald is such a nerd, which was just absolutely adorable about like the dialects and the accents and stuff. It was just really cool to hear him get very technical and nerdy.
Yeah, he talked about how he gets into switching from his normal dialect to his Matt dialect, and then like also how they toy and come up with the old tongue stuff.
Matt accent in the old tongue. Like that has to be such a, you're speaking a different language in a different accent that's not your own. That's intense.
Yeah. Oh yes, we do have a pretty fantastic. Oh, we lost Kristina. All right, I was just about to get ready to press play, so we'll stall for another minute while she fixes her.
Yeah, we have a pretty awesome.
Yes, we do. Our very own Matt's Dagger, Bill has joined our video editing team and has been helping us with clips and fun promo videos, and I love his brain. Ah, there she is. Welcome back.
Yeah, my entire situation shit the bed.
Oh no. That's sad. Are you okay now?
It seems like it. I was in a do loop of like it would get to the sign on and then I would get the one-time password, all of the whatchamacallit. And yeah, it was messing up. So apparently I needed to relaunch Chrome because there was an update.
That is sometimes the case with the Teleparty app too. Like if you have to sign in again for Teleparty, it's sometimes better to relaunch than to just sit there and wait for it to go.
Well, I relaunched and everything's fine now.
Yeah, usually that's the case with it. And especially if there might have been an update for the extension itself baked into that Chrome update, but we're good now. So I will give everyone a countdown here who wants to align with the timer, and then I'll press play and we can get into our episode. All right, here we go. Once I find the timer window, because again, I have 7 million windows open. There it is. Okay, here we go. I'm going to press play in 3, 2, 1, and play. And we are alive. Yay. It's almost like I timed it right. I don't believe that. I believe it's just coincidence. None of my plans come to fruition that simply. And I did something new for this episode that I think I'm going to continue doing for all of our shows from now on, which is one of the times that I pre-watch the episode throughout the week before. I am going to make sure that I grab screenshots as I go through the episode to things I think we may talk about, so that we don't have to think about pausing or be like, remember that thing that just happened? I have a screenshot of it. I screenshotted most of this episode because there's a lot of fun things here. But this way, then we can I can pull up the screenshots and we can look at them while watching the episode.
Well,
what's up?
I lost the stream. It's fine.
Oh, okay, good.
It just froze. It is getting windy over here, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, no.
I'll pull it up on my phone.
So, fun fact, I don't know how widely this is known, but the this idea of having like a blind woman giving the foretelling here has been getting kicked around since Red Eagle picked up the rights for the show.
Oh, really?
So back in like Jordan Con 3 or 4, before we found out that they were, poop. The guys from Red Eagle, like I want to say 3 years in a row, they came to Jordan Con. They were pretty nice at the time. And Larry Mandragon talked about 2 of the things that he really wanted to see in it, and one of it was the idea of having like her being almost like a like a crone.
Yeah, that more stereotypical.
Yeah, like a whatever, like reading a palm or something. Less like the Aes Sedai in the book, and more like, you know, a stereotypical sage seer type character.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if that's also where they got that. Ooh, Thatcher, what's up, buddy?
Hello.
Actually, fun story for Thatcher. Thatcher is, for those who go to JordanCon, there's a guest who usually goes. His name is Sargon Donabed. Fantastic author and just all around awesome dude. He's a professor, and Thatcher was one of his students. And in my scrolling background of images on my computer, the image that we took 2 years ago with him, with Thatcher and the other students from JordanCon, rolled through today, and I was going to send it to Sargon, and I forgot. Is that sound coming through for anyone else, or is that just me?
I have mine muted. I don't know.
Okay, it's probably just me then. I don't like the change to her character. Like, I would have much rather her have been the keeper in the Amerlin study again with Maureen and Suan. The other thing in this scene that not a lot of people, I never really saw anyone talk about, which it's not really that impactful, but it's definitely a change, is that they're both sisters as well.
I think it's like when you think about how it happens, like how we learn it happens, it does.
Oh, the static is so the static, she said, is coming through. Maybe I hope it's not my microphone.
Uh-oh.
They said they can hear the crackle.
Yeah, I don't hear it.
So then it must be my microphone, which is weird.
But it changes just how, and I don't know that we'll ever see it in this series, but how their story progresses. Like, are we able to talk about New Spring? Since it's technically...
Yeah, you can talk about New Spring. I'm going to just mute myself for a second while I try to figure out what the crackle is. Yeah, it's gone because I muted myself. All right, I'll mute myself for a second and then come back.
Weird. I still don't hear the crackle. But it definitely it changes their trajectory, like how they start off on their journey for them to already be full sisters. Like, I think in particular, like when they go out to collect the names.
Yeah, well, you know, and one of the reasons that we suppose that they were able to stay alive through their journeys is because people didn't realize that they were there because they were accepted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And accepted, you know, novices and accepted are kind of sometimes invisible to full sisters.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. And that was a small change. I don't know, like I said, I don't know that we'll ever see parts of New Spring or more of the beginning of their journey too much in the series. So I don't think it matters a whole lot storytelling wise, but
I would love to see New Spring.
I would too. I have a lot of favorite parts of that. Do you have something that you are most excited about to see in this upcoming season? Like something that you are going to be wildly disappointed if you don't see?
Redstone doorway stuff.
Yeah.
I really need that to happen. And then also when they go through the glass columns, like I want that to be exactly how it was in the book. I feel like that's really important.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. I've tried to give up like having to have anything be exactly like it was, because the scene for me in the books that I wanted, and it's really not anything pivotal or important like those two, are when Maureen stands in front of the Wine Spring Inn and she's telling like the mob that's gathered the story, and she's got her staff. Like I needed that. I wanted that before the show started to be just how it was in the books. Gosh, Aaron, don't take away Luna. But for me, I think I love Matt, and I want to see his fight with Galad and Gawain. That's going to be a big one. And then obviously the
is it crackling on my end?
Yeah, no, it's me. It's me. I think I fixed it though.
Gnome says still crackle.
Is it still crackling now? Though, like that was a second ago when I unmuted, and then I unmuted again. Nope.
Weird. But also I just started listening to the books because I've never listened to them before. I've only ever read them.
Yeah.
And I forgot just how brief the initial paths through the Redstone door is for Matt. Like I forgot how quick of a chapter that is and how fast it happens. Here, let me mute for a second.
No, it's definitely me.
Okay, sorry.
I'll just mute myself and unmute myself when I talk, so that it's at least not happening all the time, and it's just when I talk a little bit.
Huh? I wonder what's causing it.
Knowing my luck, it would be my crap today.
I still don't hear it, but we shall see.
I hear it though.
Weird.
Let me know if it goes away. I just threw my cell phone.
Okay, I'm back now. So I wanted to grab specifically one of the screenshots that I grabbed for these couple of scenes. We passed the scene already, but it was this screenshot right here. When Swan touches Maureen's face, like you could see for a set, like this is when she first touches her face, like right as she does it. Maureen's like, oh, like I missed this. And then she holds her hand there just a couple of seconds longer. And like Maureen, because they're so connected, I feel like she can tell. Because really she doesn't change anything. And then her face is like that. And that's before she says anything. That's like a second before she says anything. So I feel like Maureen was able to like read in between the lines of that. All right, and then we have the sword, the hummingbird dips whatever.
Yeah,
wasn't
something
paying attention
pisses
because I was
the rose. Yeah,
I was fucking with the mic, but I made sure to grab this because this was a fun shot. And I love again just the costuming, fantastic. And then now we're here. Now we're caught up to our screenshots.
Yeah, what's our...
Is your volume down, Thom? I'm having...
Yeah, you're a little quiet.
Me? Oh, son of a bitch. I don't know. My fucking shit has been weird the past 2 days, and I did nothing. I changed nothing.
Can you give us a time check, Thom? It's hard to see.
Oh, it moved? Why did it move? Oh, it's because I made my camera smaller when we shifted. I'll just put it over so you guys can see it.
Okay.
There you go. Now you should be able to see the time.
Thank
we
you.
are at 10:26, 10:27.
I'm just a little bit ahead.
All right. How do I sound now? Is this better?
Yeah, you're still quieter. Or you sound,
So
I don't know,
weird.
different.
I'll mess around with my settings and stuff. After
Rapunzel says it's still clear. I wonder if it was the phone.
Okay.
I threw my phone, so
might have been the phone. Yeah, I mean, like I thought they stopped that. Like you remember when we were kids and like you would get, like, like oh, I'm about to get a phone call because you would hear that sound coming through your speakers. Oh, and another new name in chat. What's up, buddy? Malefex. Sounds like an anime character name.
Mm-hmm.
It's either the villain or the pet. I feel like that's Malefex, my pet cat. Or Malefex, the Destroyer. I'm a little punch drunk right now, so. I did take a couple of screenshots of the guy who hits Matt, and really, I say guy because I have a theory on who it is. But it's definitely a white person. At least we could see the hand is very white. I think it's Barthanes.
Oh.
And we might get like
you think he'd hit someone?
If Leandrin and/or Lanfear told him to, yeah.
Okay.
We know
like more like he would hire someone to hit someone
maybe,
for him. But...
maybe. I think I can see them like when we get like we can get like something from the cells. Maybe they're getting interrogated or something in next season, and he says, "Oh, you attacked Matt and gave him to Lanfear or whatever." I'm loving her outfit.
Leader of Evil. I like
Leader
it.
of Evil. So it is an evil name. See, I was there.
I want to know. I want to know who you think it
no.
is, Rapunzel. Message me. Send it on Discord or something. I want to know who you think.
Okay, yeah. Let us know. I think I might. I think you might slay with that idea. Because I think I know what you're gonna say. Egwene gives the Suldam that's in charge here some what I would label as bombastic side eye.
Bombastic side
eye. I was looking at the Suldam scarification of the face, and it looks like a lot of the Suldams have very similar, if not the same, scarification. Interesting. So, as an avid book reader and supporter as you are for the Wheel of Time books, Kristina, how did you feel about the addition of this like other level of the Shanshin? Like outside of the Shanshin soldiers, how do you feel about like the Suldam and Damain and
I really hate the costume for the Suldam and the Damani. I wish it'd been truer to the book. I don't like the whole mouthpiece thing.
Well, they had those in the book. They did have pacifiers in the book. They called them pacifiers.
Yeah.
But they weren't all wearing it. It was like a punishment thing.
Yeah, and I don't like the fact that everyone is wearing it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call the crew of Serenity on nights that the captain cooks? I don't get that.
Since you love Firefly, what do you call the crew of the Serenity on nights the captain cooks? I feel like this is going to be a dad joke.
This is it's setting up like a dad joke.
Did anyone notice my little? So I tried to get images of the map to see if I could see what the map was. There's not any really good ones, but I got a couple. But I feel like I was the first one to post.
Oh my god!
I knew it was going to be a dad joke.
Oh, Glenn.
For those who didn't hear, it is what do you call the crew of the Serenity on the nights that the captain cooks? Malnourished. I can't. I feel like I was the first person to post this, but that's only because I got to see the screeners. But anyone else have any feelings on this right here?
I remember we talked about this.
Yep. He does it throughout this entire scene. He constantly is moving his finger into like in between those two fingers and in between those two fingers throughout this entire scene. And for those at home who are playing the game that don't know what that is in the books, the Aes Sedai symbol for I am a member of the Black Aja, like an undercover way to say it. he stole fucking Alana's nose. That's right.
Oh, I love you, Aaron.
The idea though that he's doing it now, it like really strikes home because this is the first time he's seeing any other Aes Sedai in person or warder in person since he found out Randall Thor was the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
So like this could be, hey, I have some big information. Come talk to me so that I can give you this information that I have. So,
interesting.
Exactly. See, Thatcher knows, and he's college educated, so we know he's smart. I'm not. And then he does it again. This is
he definitely
scene, cuts back.
It's exaggerated. He does it frequently.
Yeah. I also marked here that Barthanes was the only one. He stood up when Leandrin entered the room. I was maybe thinking it's because he's a little bit more intimidated by her than because she's an Aes Sedai.
Okay. Reverse and Glenn say it's a herring. I mean, I 100% think Rafe does that to us on purpose.
Yeah, I could see him fucking with us with that specifically.
And using Taylor for it, like that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, we're here already. I was like, oh, we're not there yet. Oh.
No, we are.
But this scene is a fantastic scene. I love how, like, we know how strong Rand is, but we see how simply Swan shields him here, and that's her training and his lack of
Oh
training.
yeah, he doesn't know what he's doing, and she is highly skilled.
Oh yeah. The water that turns the wheel itself. It's a great
Dashes
quote.
to pieces.
Or dashes to pieces. Yes, that's a great quote. The only thing that I would say I'm disappointed about Suan is her noticeable lack of fish and fishing based quotes when she's alone with people. That's the only.
I mean, we haven't seen a lot of scenes where she's not had to be on
character as Amerlin Swan.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's mostly been the Amerlin, not.
We haven't seen her as herself a lot yet. Maybe with what
is going to happen.
What's coming, we might see more of who she is.
That's fair.
So, as someone who gets hot easily, I really wonder how hot those costumes are. Like all the layers.
That looks the like brocaded. Yeah, that looks so thick.
Yeah.
Hopefully they keep the set a nice like 55 degrees or whatever. Nice,
I would hope so.
Cold.
I love these are real quick shots, but this is a great one, especially because of you could really see the taint. Really, I like the way they did it in this shot here. You can really see the taint. And then this one was fun for me. So pay attention to Suwan's face here in the screenshots that I have. We got and then it's very subtle, but watch, you can see it in her nose and her mouth. I mean, if I zoom in, can I switch between the pictures? Yeah. Nah, it just moves the picture. But I have you could see the shift in her face, and then this is literally over the course of 4 frames. We got her face like that. Like that. And then she her nose pulls up, the wrinkles here deepen a little bit because she's grimacing, and then immediately after that is she's throwing the shield. I just liked the way they did that. And then, he shielded. I like the way they show the shields as well. I also took a bunch of these images for the purposes of seeing the bracers. And the bracers, while looking similar, some of them do look different. We talked about this from last week because of and for Kristina's sake, in the 11-minute sneak peek that we got, they raid a Ter'angreal storeroom. The Black Aja raids a Ter'angreal storeroom in the White Tower, and that's where we see the redstone doorway. But they also take and I'll pull it off here in a second. There it is.
Yeah, have we talked about all the Ter'angreal that we see, whatever they're going to call them in the show?
We did. So if people would like to go see all the super in-depth deep dive that I did on the 11-minute sneak peek, it is up on the Dragonmount YouTubes. But we'll touch on a few of our salient points here. Here, hold on. Let me pull up the whole thing so you guys can see all of my windows that I'm sharing.
Kitties and goats.
Yeah, they feel it all the way in town.
So this is the Ter'angreal that they take in that 11-minute sneak peek. I think I got a better one. But it does look very similar to the female one. And this is, again, what we think may be the male half of the Adam. I thought I got yeah, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what we see of it from the front end, and then we see it again a little bit from the other end when she grabs it off the shelf. But anyway, let's get back before we get too far away from the episode.
I agree.
It looks a lot like these. It looks a lot like the female ones, even the ones that look slightly different. I did take a screenshot of Egwene versus this Damane's air explosion, and the difference is pretty stark. So that was this is that Damane's, and then this is Egwene's. Like,
Yeah.
look at the difference from how high, just how high they are off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have that one, and then that one. The area of effect of her spell is much higher for D&D friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Reverse. I mean, it definitely still means leash.
So this is a good point, Jono. It is. I don't know if I would say it was silly, but it goes to a interesting theory that I want to bring up that Rapunzel turned me on to earlier today, which is a theory that has been talked about a bunch because it's a ongoing thing in the book that Siuan and Moiraine pretend not to like each other.
Yeah.
And pretend to fight and argue. So the theory is basically that their fight at the end of this episode is staged. What do you guys think of that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do you think so?
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Christine? Do you think that Moiraine and Siuan's fight is staged, or do you think that they really did fight each other?
I think it could be a little bit of both. I mean, I think there was definitely passion in what they were saying, but I think it was premeditated. I mean, I think you have those moments where you already know something's going to happen in your life, but then you get in the moment and there's emotion to it, you know?
Okay.
Where you're more emotional than you thought you would be.
Yeah, it was premeditated, but then what's actually happening and the gravity of it sinks in, and the emotion takes over.
So Rapunzel was nice enough to post this whole theory with a bunch of pictures and that's weird. I made an invite link for the Discord.
Oh, nice.
It didn't make a link.
Bravo.
Like it says, click here to get the link for Discord, and the text in that says,
click here.
Text is hidden. Use copy button to generate link. And when I click copy, it copies hidden. Use copy button to generate link.
Good. That's not going to work.
The link for the Dragonmount Discord is in the description of this video if you're watching on YouTube. So if you want, you can go over there and see all of the whole theory and all of the images that Rapunzel posted about and why people are sure that this is a staged fight between them. But I think it is not.
Really?
And
tell me more.
And I think that's also why, to get back to Jono's point, I think that is why Siuan shielded Ren there. Because I think she like, this is her initial reaction. She's going through her initial feelings on finding out that Rand is not only the Dragon Reborn, but a man who can channel, and her Aes Sedai-ness is kicking in and she needs to shield him.
Interesting.
I also, in this scene, I tried to look in the background a lot of stuff. There wasn't a lot of, I didn't find anything that was Easter eggs other than, the seals for the Dark One's prison / Forsaken's prisons.
Those seals are giant.
Yeah, those are huge.
Those are not something you can carry around.
No,
I mean, if you have the one power, you just,
Yeah, pick them up, move them. But they're not going in anyone's pockets, which I like because I feel like they're more poignant that way because they're like important. They not only do they lend more weight to the story physically, I mean, lore-based wise, but also they're physically heavier. They're just gorgeous. I just had to take a bunch of pictures of them.
Mm-hmm.
So some people didn't like this scene specifically when Bane and Chiad or the ABC maidens get into the fight here. But if you remember the Aiel, when they talk about meeting Toe, Amis, I believe it is, she's having a discussion with Egwene that this is the least honorable way, but also the fastest way to meet Toe to somebody that you have Toe to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, yeah. Egwene specifically requests this when she needs to meet Toe quickly and then leave for a specific thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is that book before book 5? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is before book 5 when she tells them that she's not an Aes Sedai. And
Oh,
she's been
yeah.
for a long time.
Ooh, nice. Koala did a
Ooh.
major deep dive on the
Koala
seal
Sedai,
designs.
our favorite Aussie Aes Sedai. Yeah, if you could, Rapunzel, post a link for that, and you should go check that out because we love Koala and all of the things that she does on the interwebs. I did grab this screenshot where it looks like she's enjoying herself just a little too much beaten up by Eula.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the show definitely, Glenn did. I don't know if they chickened out, but they definitely did not do the haircuts that are described in the books.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everyone, you could find stuff that you don't like about the show pretty easily. I tried to focus on the things that I like while still pointing out the things that I feel were unnecessary. And I love that we can talk about it and not be toxic about it. That's the only thing I ask. And everyone is usually really cool about that. So Matt's drinking his ayahuasca tea here.
Yeah.
I liked the idea of putting the having this running, by the way. Like when he left the room after he told him like drink the tea or don't drink the tea, it's your choice. He left this running, which I feel like is a subtle psychological trick for Matt. Like there's a timer running,
Oh, Matt.
Yep. And now he's starting to hallucinate. I this scene specifically, there's a few scenes specifically where I'm glad we grabbed where I'm glad I grabbed screenshots because we only see a couple of things like for a split second here. Oh yeah, the maiden's rat tails. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We called them rat tails in New York too, Rapunzel.
Yep.
I think so too. I think it's a misdirect. So I think this whole thing here is a misdirect. I think it's specifically for fans who are going to think that this is his visions in lieu of going into the Finns and getting his memories. That this is the memories that he's going to get, and not.
Oh yeah,
the
no,
ones
absolutely.
he gets from the Finns.
Mm-mm.
I think it's a red herring though. I think this is Ishamael doing this to him in some way.
Mm-hmm.
While Ishamael was brewing that potion, he was touching his ring or Ter'angreal or whatever we think that is.
Yeah.
His Age of Legends Aes Sedai decoder ring or whatever the people want to call it. Or as Reverse ring. BLT called out, it does look like a rubber band around your fingers. I love that scene. That scene, those images. Hold on. Specifically are like that to that to that. I love it.
Yeah.
She's such a good facial actor. Oh, this is great. This is just great. The editing here is good too because obviously it's not him in both places, but like fantastic. That was a quick scene, but I love. She's a great actor. And like picking her for that role. I kind of hope she's in it a bit more, which is why I was thinking that she was going to be in it a little bit more for next season. Like we might get an interrogation with Barthane's scene. Yeah, that edit was great. There's such good editing on this show. The costuming's great. The set design's great, which is I totally support when Guy said like. That he's kind of put off that they didn't at least get nominated for an Emmy for anything, including but not limited to set design, costume design, editing, cinematography. Like all of that has been fantastic. Guy was nice enough to join us for episode 3 when he died, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was fun. It was fun to watch himself die, I guess, on screen.
Yeah.
Which is morbid to say, but it was fascinating.
First time anyone's seen him do it on the interwebs.
Yep.
Another new name in chat, by the way, Balefire. What's up, Balefire?
Oh, nice. Hello. I have not watched the end of season 2 nearly as much as I watched the beginning of season 2. I don't know why.
Fucking reverse. I don't know why I found that funny. I did though. Is it just me, or does Leane's outfit here like it looks modern? Like it looks like she left the Met Gala.
Yeah, no, it does.
Like it just screams modern weird to me. Like it looks like something Lady Gaga might wear. If it was made out of meat or, you know, something. So, Kristina, you've talked about a lot of the changes you don't like. Are there any changes that the show has done that you do like?
I like Nynaeve better in the first part of the show than I did in the books.
Me too.
Excuse me.
I wonder if it's for the same reason. For me, it was because they made her, and I hate to use this word, but it's really the most apt word to use for her in the early books. They made her less petulant.
Yes.
Yeah, no, yep. I don't like to call people that, but absolutely. I like her far more. I like early Nynaeve far more than I ever liked Nynaeve.
Yeah.
In the books.
I really didn't like her in the first 2 books, I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
She just seemed very controlling and very, you were all children, even though I'm just a couple years older than you. And she seems more like, you know, their equal and their friend than someone who's treating them like children.
Yep.
I didn't grab any screenshots of those.
I don't know.
Maybe I got distracted when I was watching it. But the only one that I grabbed was after this scene.
Ooh, are we going to rewatch season 3?
Yes. Didn't we already talk about that?
Of course we are.
We're going to go directly into season 3.
Like it worked out perfectly.
Totally not planned.
Timing wise. No,
yeah.
not. Thom, you don't tell people that.
Hey, listen.
Tell them that perfectly.
I'm a bad liar. You'll find out. When we finished Vox, we did this basically what we're doing now for Wheel of Time, but for Vox Machina. And when we finished season 2 of that, I noticed there was exactly 8 weeks in between when we finished that and when season 3 comes out. So we were like, we got to do that.
Thatcher, I 100% agree with you. I was called petulant as a young woman, and it's why I hate that word.
That is why I don't like to. I don't like to use that word specifically for that reason, Thatcher. So, but thank you for pointing it out. But it's like the truest way to describe her in the early books, and and specifically, what annoyed me was that she would usually do things like leave out pertinent information or lie or omit things that people really should know, like her friends even, if it made her look bad. And that annoyed me. That was the main thing that annoyed me about her character early books.
But the one thing we should tell people, we won't actually rewatch all of season 3. So week 1, we will talk about episodes 1, 2, and 3, but we will only watch season 3.
Episode 3.
Season 3. Well, season 3, episode 3.
Yeah.
So that we keep up with what's being released week by week. I was confused by that too. I wanted to watch it all. Maybe we'll watch it again.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be down to watch it again. Like what we've been doing is usually we also did accidentally did a marathon for each of them at some point where we watched all of them in one day. So we could do that again too with season 3. I would love to do that, especially now that we know some of the stuff that's happening in season 3. But so this scene also that we just left with Matt is another one that gives me thoughts that this was a manipulation by Ishamael and not Matt's true visions or whatever. Like he's petting his face again with the hand that has the Ter'angreal Aes Sedai decoder ring on it.
Saidin. Have we heard them called anything else in the show, or have they just called them
rings. They haven't even referenced those rings yet.
Well, no, not those, but just like Ter'angreal in general. Have they
don't think-
separated them by type, or have they just called them?
We've heard them say Ter'angreal and saidin, but we
Okay.
haven't heard them say Angreal.
Ter'angreal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we haven't heard. We've heard both Ter and Sa, but not just Angreal.
I think it was last week or the week before we talked about that. Could be hard to distinguish on TV.
The sling ring isn't the official name. That's funny from the MCU. The this is good. Fucking tangents, man. But I watched. If you haven't done it, you should do it. A bunch of the Marvel movies have director commentary now in the extras. If you if you have Disney Plus, I watched Deadpool and Wolverine with the extras on, and in the movie, Ryan Reynolds refers to the portal that they make with the sling rings as like the Marvel sparkly portal, sparkly Marvel portal or something like that. And it has become the name that they refer to that as in the official scripts and everything now. Like Ryan Reynolds was like, I was reading a script for an early draft of the new Captain America movie, and in the script it calls it that, and we were the first people to call it that in Deadpool. So
that's funny.
I thought that was funny. Anyway, yeah, the director commentary was one of the things I missed most about like getting DVDs and stuff, because you would always have it. But a bunch of the new Marvel stuff has the director commentary built into it now, and it's awesome.
That is awesome.
Since we went off on that tangent, real quick before we get on, does anyone notice that Lanfear's throne is the seven-spoked wheel?
Oh, is it?
Oh,
I don't know why that just happened. We zoomed through all the pictures for some reason. But yeah, it is the seven-spoked wheel for the thing that she's sitting in specifically, which I thought was fun. Where is it? There it is. Sorry, I don't know why I zoomed through all the pictures like that. It was like I pressed the button, but I didn't. Anyway, you could see the three spokes there, and then there's 1, 2, and you could picture the other two behind her if they're spaced the same. There's definitely 7 spokes on her throne, which I thought was pretty cool. We're always so focused on her because she's gorgeous and this outfit is fantastic.
Hot.
But yeah,
she's a dominatrix there.
Oh, I cannot.
You can walk all over me
Yep.
with those boots.
Yep.
And I'm not even into that. No kink shaming. Oh, I love this image of her too. I didn't grab any images during this Medallion scene, I guess.
No, oops.
Yes, Rapunzel.
Yeah, there was a
chair there.
Yeah, yeah.
I know, there's a chair. Who knew?
Who? What chair? Who?
Yes, I'm glad that they kind of for Malefics that said that they're
subtle.
Glad that
It's
they put it
subtle.
on white and silver. I'm glad that they held out on it though, because they know we want to see it like as the book fans, and honestly this is fantastic looking, but also the way they're using it, where you would think like stereotypically the villain is going to wear those dark black colors and like harsh type of things where it's like got buckles and straps all over it. Looks that's villain-esque, where now she's wearing silver and bright colors and white, and it's very prim and proper, but she's causing horrible destruction while wearing this and murdering people left and right. So like I kind of like that dichotomy, if that's their appropriate word.
Yeah.
I don't know. One of the things that, I love about Lanfear in the books is like you said, you expect bad people to be in the dark and the grim colors. And she's not. She's always in the whites and the silvers. Like she's pure, like she's good and great, but that shiny clothing hides darkness.
Yeah. I love that. Oh, and thank you for the donation, Balefire. So who do we think in the cast would win an Emmy? Like who should win an Emmy based off of season 2, let's say? Who and why?
But do you have yours?
Like if we just do the cast of the show, so for acting, Egwene, best
That
supporting actress.
Yeah.
in a best actress in a
Best
supporting role.
actress. Yeah.
I love Madeline.
100%. Her scenes where she is Damane are win it for her completely.
Yeah. The thing about Lanfear in this scene specifically too, she makes some great faces here. It's almost like she's like trying to be like, oh yeah, this was fun. You know, like I remember doing this in the Age of Legends, just mass murdering people. And like in a couple of the pictures, she's just like, oh, that one wasn't great. Like this one, she's like, nah, you know, that explosion wasn't great. And then she does this, and that's when she does her fingers like that, and then she shoots a fireball and kills a bunch of people, and then she makes that face. She's just like, oh, that was a good one. That scream was good. I like that.
No big deal. No big deal. Oh, 100% Kate Fleetwood in a supporting role too. She created something from a character that was so small in the books. Like there was not a lot of source material for that character. Like she was not a character that was well fleshed out in the books. She did some important things, but she was just, sorry to use the word again, kind of petulant and mean, and that's all she was. And Kate created something that is absolutely fantastic.
This is a fantastic shot too.
Mm-hmm.
Natasha O'Keefe is wonderful. Okay.
What about the men? Hold on. What about the men?
One, it would be Madeline, but yeah, you're right. Fleetwood was great. The men. Okay.
Yeah. Let's take the ladies out of it. Who of the men?
But I love the ladies.
Oh, so do I.
I like them better than
I
the men.
love the ladies.
Best actor. Maybe, you know what? Fair's.
Okay. That's a good answer.
He does he's got a bit of comedy in this season, you know, that scene with Lanfear and him in the bed and the way they interact in that scene, the way he handles Min, and the way he handles Perrin when he appears in the carriage after he gets taken by the White Cloak. He does subtly evil while still seeming like fatherly so well. And I would pick him. I would pick Fair's.
I love Lynn.
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah.
I mean, Landman Dragon is my king, so anything that man does is.
I mean, like, you know, so yeah. If I'm thinking not just logically and about the facts, I would say Donald, because I love Matt, and I think he became the Matt that I love this season, and he is a phenomenal actor. But yeah, I think Fair's probably the better answer there.
Yeah. Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, he's
Alvaro is also very good, very, very good. I think if he had a little bit more range, for me personally, if I was picking the Emmys, as apparently we're doing now, if he had a little bit more range this season, like I would pick him. Like I think next season, or at any season where we get to see him switch from his depressed, a little bit crazy self to his
a lot crazy.
A lot crazy to when he starts to come out of that. Like when we see that switch, he'll probably will probably be very powerful for the two of them. I froze on this specific spot because her face is great. The smile, the little smile that she gives after, like she gives that one right there before she says it, but after she says it is this face that she's making that I have on the screenshot right now.
Remind me the actor that plays Rena. What was their name?
Zelia Mendez.
Yeah, I love them as well. I thought they were fantastic opposite of Madeline. Like those scenes where, like the one where we're watching right now. Yeah. Where
the two of them together is just absolutely phenomenal.
They play off of each other very, very well.
Yeah. Do I still have the image of the two?
Really, I don't think there's anybody in this show who is not given a just fantastic performance.
Absolutely.
Nobody stood out as like, oh, they're kind of the weak link. I don't quite buy it. Like they've been great.
The whatchamacall, even people like that I've talked to that criticize, like that don't like the show at all, don't have anything negative to say about the acting, the costuming, the set design. It's mostly just story-based things. And, you know, I get it. You know, people don't like when they change stuff, which is, you know, whatever. It's just when I like the few people that I've talked to about it that aren't toxic about it still admit that the acting is great, the costuming is great.
Yeah.
Which I love.
I mean, it took me a long time to come around. I hated it at first. Absolutely hated it.
Really?
And it is not my favorite. There are a lot of things that I would change, but the acting is great. Other than the Sean Chan, the costuming is great. I hate the Sean Chan costuming. You know, but they've had good cast picks. I mean, there are some of them that when I first saw them, I was like, I don't know if this is going to work for that character. But then you watch it, and
before they're in their makeup and their costuming, like when they just show like the headshots.
Valda, one of my favorite casting choices. Like that.
Abdul Silas
he is evil.
Oh man,
he is absolutely evil, and I'm here for it.
Abdul Silas oozes charisma. Like it's fantastic.
When he's eating the bird, he's just
really dark. These images.
Now, I'm not a big fan of the changes, some of the changes where they add stuff, like this whole storyline with Moiraine's cousin or sister or whatever. I personally think that why add stuff when there's so much source material that you're not covering.
It's for specifically for Moiraine's. It's Moiraine's sister. It's an addition, but a little less so than they like made it up, because they are delivering like Barthane's is a thing. Making Barthane's Moiraine's nephew instead of cousin is definitely a change. Like that's a change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think incorporating her sister into it was good, showing the age range and like giving a little bit more backstory into Moiraine that we got in a lot of side conversations like throughout the first 4 books, but never really saw. Mm-hmm. And this way they were able to deliver us that information a little bit faster and more cohesive. And then introduce Barthane's and the fact that he's a dark friend and maybe the king of Cairhien as an upcoming storyline, as opposed to the way they did it in the books. So it's a lot of the same information, just given to us in different ways, I feel like.
I think this is interesting. Yeah, it helps. Yes. It does help illustrate how kind of othered the Aes Sedai are. Like even when their family is still alive, they're still so set apart.
Yeah, that the image of there we go. I don't know how they went out of order, but they were in order before. Anyway, the image of Moiraine's sister behind her. They had a painting of Moiraine and her sister, and in the painting, her sister is noticeably younger than her. And then Moiraine looks almost the exact same as she did in that image, and her sister is obviously old. So,
but I do agree with you, Kristina, that there's so much we don't get to see that I wish we saw. That it does make those things harder. But that's when I just kind of
really.
It's kind of why I've got burned out on adaptations in the last couple of years, because there are so many, shows that I was eager to watch them come to the screen, and then it almost is like the writers spent more time trying to make it their own and add their own twist to things than following the source material.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the only thing that I adamantly disagree with you on, is that I don't think that they were thinking about making it their own more than they were thinking about making sure they deliver the story, but having to adapt it to a visual medium and also shorten it.
Well, I think it's not. To add to that, I think it's ways to make the show marketable to people who are not us, who are not big giant, Wheel of Time nerds. They wanted to make it accessible to those people, and I feel like that's where a lot of those changes come in, is making it.
Though to agree with
and
you,
there's and this show hasn't been as bad about that as some other shows where there's like whole plot lines that never existed in the source material that we've interjected, and then it's completely derailed.
I think it's the hard thing about being the generation that's being marketed to, like kind of, we are the target market, and so we have all these things being reborn that we loved, and it does just feel.
I want to say though, I do agree with you on one part of what you said about like them wanting to make part of it their own. Like as a filmmaker, a writer, an actor, a costume designer, you aren't going to want to work on something that people are hand you, here's what you're doing. You can't deviate from this at all.
Yeah.
Like that's not artistic. I personally, I wouldn't want that. Like I like that we get to see it through new eyes and things like that.
Yeah.
But, like as a creator, like you wouldn't want it. Like who would want to do that? No one would want to do that.
I don't know. I think there's an art form in writing and taking a source material and turning it into a different medium and keeping the essence and the spirit of it without changing too much.
Oh,
I think there's an art form to it.
100% there is. I agree with you.
Yeah.
100%. I think they pulled that off pretty well.
Yeah.
That's my only opinion on that.
Yeah, there are some changes that I didn't like, and there are some changes that I've enjoyed.
This is another great scene showing the taint in saidin.
Yeah.
I like the way they showed this happening really looks like the way it read in the book, where when they're doing things that involve being precise and specifically like picking apart a tied knot, where it's like hesitantly reaching out and touching and especially like I didn't, obviously you can't see it in the image, but when he was doing this specific thing in this scene, it was shaking a little, like it was moving around, like he was trying to pinpoint something or looking for it, like he was feeling it out. And that's when it's described in the books, when they're in the character's head on how they're feeling it. I think they did a great job with this imagery.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Then there's so for our folks at home, I timed this, by the way, because I thought this was a poignant thing here. It took Moiraine 28.4 seconds to open that gateway.
Wow.
Just remember that number. It's going to come up again in a minute. 28.4 seconds. And obviously, the I love the imagery of the
trefoil.
Yeah, the trefoil leaf, and then we'll go back.
So I don't love that Siuan just used the one power against Lan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the theory here is that she knocked Lan out so that no one knows that they're not really fighting. But like, in this scene, like the argument that people are making that their fight is fake is that my only not argument against it, because I'm really 50-50. It could be either. We could see some scenes in season 3 of things that happened in season 2 that were never on camera, which I always feel like is a cop-out way to do things. But it's just the two of them here.
That's true.
And they're still against each other. Rand is unconscious. Rand is out of the picture. He's knocked out over there. Lan is unconscious. And it's just the two of them. And this doesn't seem fake. And the fact that it's the two of them. Though Rapunzel did point out earlier that this might be, again, since this is the first time Siuan is seeing Moiraine since she was quote unquote stilled, maybe she worries that she was turned to the shadow. Therefore, to test if the oath still holds, she ordered her to do something. thank you again, Balefire. And though we are staying to Fires of Heaven and before spoilers, I do agree that is a reference to the particular scene I'm pretty sure you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I for one, if I have to pick one or the other, I don't think their fight is fake here. I think their fight is real. Lanfear strolling up is my favorite. Look at this
casually.
Face. She's so coy. She's like, "Oh, you're here. Oh,
Just
child. Look at this face. Look at her. She's like, "Oh, child. Really? Is that what you think? You think you're gonna do something?" And then it looks like she goes like this. She does like finger guns, air explosion. Like that's kind of what it looks like. She goes like that with her two arms. Yeah.
That's funny. Wow.
Is that the last screenshot I took? Oh, it is. It is the last screenshot I took. Okay. I must have gotten distracted. Oh, I was distracted because I had to go back in time how long it took Lanfear to open that portal.
Which was how long?
I've been trying. So, like, for those who have been watching my crap this whole time, I've been trying to subtly figure out how they're depicting strength in the one power.
Yeah.
And I really think the speed at which they're channeling is one way. Okay. Moiraine, again, 28.4 seconds.
Okay.
Lanfear, to open it, 1.1 second.
Wow. Okay.
In fact, it was 1.19 seconds to open the portal.
Wow.
So I really feel like that's poignant in relative strength and experience in the one power.
So good.
Episode.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't, because I forgot to take the screenshot of it. So I'm gonna close the watch party. So if anyone else is gonna stay in it, the next episode may be playing. Feel free to watch it after our stream is over. But I am exiting the watch party for now, and the clock can go away as well. The other thing that I forgot to take the screenshot of was Moiraine only turns her back on Siuan after Siuan closes her eyes. Siuan closes her eyes, and then Moiraine turns her back and walks through the portal. And I really feel like that's just between the two of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that exchange was between the two of them. That was not a show for anyone. And I really feel like that was their way of being like, all right, looks like this is broken, our relationship. But what do you two think? Kristina, do you think that their fight is staged and we're going to find maybe they'll have some, exposition scenes in season 3 where they talk about staging this fight? Or do you think that this fight is real? Kristina?
I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said, do you think their fight is real here, or did they stage their fight? Like, is their fight staged?
I think, Crystal and I are do you, Agwina or Crystal? Which one do you prefer?
It doesn't matter. I answered all of it.
My other purple-haired associate.
Yes.
And I, we were talking, when we were talking earlier, I think that it was partly staged, but then the emotions got real.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. For some reason, you're really soft on my end, Thom, and I have trouble hearing a lot of.
That's weird. Let me know if anyone in chat hears if I.
It was ever since you messed with your mic. Like, you are, to me, I can hear you, but you're significantly quieter than Kristina.
Yeah. Okay. Kristina's also very loud, so.
I did fuck around with my shit. Is it better now? Any better?
No.
Okay. I did fuck around with a bunch of it when I was when I had it on mute to try and figure out what static was.
Thank you.
Yes, Balefire. Thank you so much for the donations. It was awesome.
Weirdness.
I'm glad you bring up the Dragonmount website and the forums.
Yes.
Make sure to go over and check them out. The forums are definitely old school. Like, the forums have been around we're approaching 27 years now.
Ugh.
And their forums in general are an old school way. But they're still very active. The people who moderate and like control the forums, which are like, they're not RP. I would say like they're just kind of like semi unofficially RP-ish. But like they do little events and things for the Wheel of Time holidays, and it's a ton of fun. So if you guys are like itching for just, you know, random Wheel of Time funness, that is just its own little thing. The Dragonmount forums are a great place to go and hang out with people. But
well,
also,
and I'm glad someone mentions the Discord earlier, because I live on Discord, so now I'm gonna have to go find that.
Yeah, I did. I was about to mention it again. And the Dragonmount Discord, the link for which is in the description of the YouTube video. So, you know, go and check that out. And I'm going to share the link for Kristina's website again so that you guys can go over there. Make sure to go over there.
And
Yay!
Yes. And yes, there is the free download for the novella of the Dark Moon, right over there. But the
novella is Eclipse. There's a free download for Eclipse, and then if you go to the suggested reading order, there's a free download link for Eclipse in that. Awesome. In there. Let me grab it.
I have it right here. I can post that link. So here is the link for the direct download of the Eclipse novella, which is a novella for the Night Goddess series, which is your new series that is that you're currently writing.
Yeah. So it's the current series that I'm working on. The novella is actually set 300 years before the events of the Dark Moon, but they are. Everything that happens in the dark moon hinges on stuff that happens in Eclipse.
And I see two colorful dragons on the poster.
Yeah. There's two dragons in Eclipse, and then there are many dragons in the Dark Moon.
And it's not like the dragons in Wheel of Time; they're actual dragons.
Yeah.
Actually, if you're familiar with, I'm sure you are, Leia Powell. She did I have a stained glass Zarotha, which is the dragon that's on the Dark Moon. I have a stained glass version of her that hangs in my bedroom.
That's awesome. So for those who don't know, Leia Powell is a master stained glass artisan. She is a huge Wheel of Time nerd as well, and she is at JordanCon every single year. So if you go to JordanCon, make sure to stop at her booth in the vendor hall. Always got crazy awesome stuff. Always a bunch of Wheel of Time based things. I think she's always got like a ton of the Tarvalon drops with like either the drop itself is an Aja color, or like it's white with Aja colors around it. There's always a lot of fun stuff.
She also does the fused glass like pendants. So the Eclipse. I would suggest, if you really wanted to get into the whole universe, to start with the Spark, which is in the companion. If you go to the suggested reading order on my website, it tells you what order I read them in when I need to refresh my brain with the order of stuff. I start with the Spark, which is the first novella, and then I move forward.
And I posted a link directly to that reading order in chat, so you guys can go there.
Yeah, but I think I preface with there's no right or wrong way to read the books, unless you're starting with book 5 of series 1. But the way I would read them is the Spark, From the Ashes, Wildfire, and so on. So there's
that's for your the In Blood and Fire series.
Yes, the In Blood and Fire series, in which Thom has a cat that steals things from the cook, and he fights side by side with some strong ladies. So very Thom-like stuff happens in that book.
I did find out I like paying attention recently, like I have way more female friends than I do male friends. I noticed.
Yeah.
Like our regular D&D group that meets up like in my house for like in-person D&D is 5 females and 3 men.
Yeah.
Which is
That's awesome.
No, it's 6 females and 3 men. Yeah, 6 females and 3 men. So
Because you're one of the good ones, Tom. You're one of those safe people.
Safe, I'll give you, but good, no, I won't give you that.
You know, one of my favorite Thom scenes happens in book 5, and he's just, yay! I have a Discord servers too, where my readers sometimes chat about things, and they also kind of get behind the scenes stuff about my life and my writing process and all kinds of fun stuff. So
I was looking to see, you don't have is there not a link on your page to your Discord?
It's somewhere, but I can also easily pop one.
Yeah, post it in chat, or one of our mods will do it because they're fantastic.
Yeah.
I was looking for it on the website, but I didn't see it.
I know that I have it on my link tree, and it's in my newsletter.
See you later, Thatcher.
It's somewhere.
Yeah, well, you know, it's not always that many people every week. Sometimes we have people that drop in and out, and we're currently in the Feywild, so that's like not a weird thing for people that know D&D. All right, so one of the things that we usually do at the end of our show is, for those who haven't been here before, and we have quite a few new people in chat, is we do a fun little thing, or I think it's fun at least, where it's an interview that we like. I started doing it because I like to throw it. Crystal and we started doing it because I like to throw it back to the guest at the end of the interview to make sure, like, to remind everybody who this person is and that we just sat with them this whole time and chatted about Wheel of Time or whatever show we're watching. But Kristina did that interview already, and you can find a bunch of our interviews that I've clipped out of the episodes over on the Dragonmount YouTube. And the interviews are themed basically, if you've ever seen the show Inside the Actors Studio, there was a set of questions that interviewer would ask every guest on the show, and I kind of took some of them and we rewrote. Crystal and I rewrote some of them to make them more nerdified themed. But Kristina, like I said, already answered those. Though, remind us again, which was your favorite dinosaur, Kristina?
Probably the Triceratops, because it's my daughter's.
It was. I do remember you saying that because
I always think of Sarah.
My favorite dinosaur as well. Oh, Sarah from I was like Sarah, Land Before Time. Oh, I haven't seen Land Before Time in forever.
Hey, Tom.
Oh God, I fucking hate you.
What's my favorite?
I'll answer you only because it's Rapunzel. It's watermelon, by the way. If anyone remembers those big slice lollipops that like they used to sell, they were shaped like a slice of fruit or whatever, and then they were flavored for the whatever, you know, orange, apple, whatever. I liked the watermelon one was my favorite. I don't know if those are a New York thing,
my
though.
favorite sucker is Yum Earth makes a watermelon sucker that's almost like a sour watermelon candy. And they always have them in their Halloween stuff, but it's harder to get that flavor sucker throughout the year. So whenever we get the Halloween bag, I always steal out a couple of them.
Ooh, oh, that's a great question. What's your Crystal? And chat? Let me know too. What are your guys' favorite candies to steal from the Halloween baskets if you do Halloween baskets?
Ooh.
Mine specifically is when we get like the big mix bags are the vanilla Tootsie Rolls.
Ew.
I love the vanilla Tootsie Rolls.
So gross.
I love them. I don't know
so I have a pretty bad soy allergy, and it's really hard to for me to get. I can't just get regular candy out of stuff. So I usually have to buy my own Halloween candy. But Yum Earth is my favorite.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I could
Suckers and Coke. We just need our suckers and Coke.
And now I'm never gonna lose the suckers thing now.
Rapunzel, I will send you all of my vanilla Tootsie Rolls. Those are gross.
Oh,
I'm just gonna need some like Skittles or some Twix in return. That's fine.
I love Skittles too.
Skittles are anything. I am like a fruit candy person. Nerds. Oh my god, if there's the little tiny Nerds boxes, those are my absolute favorite.
I love those. I don't like the ones that are Nerds stuck to gummies. I'm not a fan of those.
The gummy clusters.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of those.
So this is my fruit candy stash. It's strawberry and pomegranate licorice.
Ooh.
Okay.
It's really good.
That's fine.
But that's a Russian. That's
Sorry.
a Russian tortoise. His name is Glad. He's about 18 years old now. I have to bribe him before we start this, which means give him a lot of food, or he walks around the terrarium just like banging on the glass to get what he wants. So
awesome.
he's bribed on the weekly.
Oh, there you go. Kristina, Rapunzel's helping you out. I don't know if you know. So airheads are also soy free. Some of them.
They may be soy protein free. They are not soy derivative free.
Ah, okay.
And I'm allergic to like all derivatives and the protein.
All right. Well, I know to be careful if we ever have you over for dinner for sure.
Yeah, it's.
And I do love to cook,
ridiculous.
so that possibility isn't completely out of the option. But since Kristina already did that interview with us that I was talking about before we went off on candy tangents, one of the other things that we do is we play little games that we sometimes will drop into episodes. So one of them is that we like to do is a word association game. And I'm going to elect myself for saying the words because I did. And Crystal and Kristina, you guys can tell us the first. Basically, here is you're supposed to say the first word that pops into your brain when I say a word. And we're going to do it Wheel of Time theme. So it's all going to be Wheel of Time oriented words. For the sake of organization, we'll say Crystal.
I make my own ramen. I don't use the packets. I make it from scratch.
Oh, that's fair. Okay. We'll let Crystal go first, and then Kristina will go second when we say the words. All right. Are you ready?
On it. Ready.
All right. Here we go. Adam.
Leashed.
Choker.
Okay. The chair of agony.
Oh God, fun.
Spanking.
There is a noticeable lack of spanking in the television show for our book readers at home.
It's true.
Elias.
Eyes.
I couldn't hear that one.
Oh, it is the chair of remorse. Sorry.
Okay.
But you knew what I was talking about.
The word was Elias.
Elias.
Elias. Oh, Machera. Wolves.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's that one kind of writes itself. Tinkers.
Pots.
Colorful.
Forsaken.
Hot. Oh, sorry.
Evil.
Jumara.
Ooh.
The worms.
Uh-huh.
Jumara.
Fucking
Lame.
terrifying.
Yeah. Though personally, I'm more scared of the things that are in the hills that even chase the worms away, which is a quote from Land from book 1. I'm going to go grab the first Wheel of Time word I see that's in chat. Glenn, Amaryllin Seat.
Me!
I'm just going to keep scrolling through. This is fun. I'm going to scroll through chat and grab Wheel of Time words that I see.
Ooh.
Ankylosaur isn't a Wheel of Time word.
No, that was in reference to the favorite dinosaur.
I know.
Yeah.
I saw it and I wanted to click on it again, but that's not a Wheel of Time. I was reprimanding myself for not clicking on that. There you go. Landfear.
Okay, we're gonna go back to hot. Like that's yeah.
Moons.
I do. my wife actually has Lanfear's chapter icon tattooed on the back of her neck, which is a moon.
That's cool.
I don't see another one.
I think my next tattoo is going to have some Wheel of Time art worked into it.
Nice. Oh, okay. Valda.
I will always bird.
Oh, no, wrong Valda. I was thinking Val and Luca. Valda, terrifying.
Yeah, he's really scary.
Yeah. Though I know I've said it a million times, but I want to keep saying it. Like, one of the big kudos I give to the writers for the show is making the white cloaks scary, like not buffoonish as they are in the books.
Yeah.
I think they do. They are very good at building up the adversary and making them terrifying.
And I think a good one to end on is the creator.
Oh, I always think of Jordan.
Yeah,
it's a good one. That's good.
Yeah.
I like that. For those who don't know, they used to call him the creator, obviously, because he's the writer. And we lovingly referred to Maria Simmons as the right hand of the creator.
Yeah.
If anyone doesn't know, she's like his continuity expert / top researcher / just
amazing human.
Yeah.
I got her to sign my my lanyard at the first Jordan Con that I went to.
That's awesome. She's so great. If you do go to Jordan Con or WotCon, she's going to be, she'll always go to them unless, something stops her. She will always go to them. Yes, we do also refer to Alan as the left hand. That is true. Alan Romanchuk was one of his top researchers. Also specifically helped him a lot with battle scenes and developing the Old Tongue, which is pretty cool. But if you do go to Jordan Con or WotCon, Maria will be there like 9 times out of 10, unless something is stopping her from going physically.
Yeah.
My favorite thing in the whole world is like turning around on the dance floor and there she is.
Yes.
Like that was just
very approachable, awesome person. She loves Wheel of Time and Wheel of Time fans. Obviously just be courteous, but she's very approachable and very nice. And if you are a smoker, you will always find her in the smoking area. The other, what did you just say? Oh, the dance floor. Last year, I at one point was dancing with Kate Redding, Michael Kramer, and Mistress Dovey in a big circle, or in a kind of mishmash of people put together, which was great. So that was at WotCon last year.
Yeah.
Michael Kramer and Kate Redding are the audiobook readers, for those who don't know, for Wheel of Time, and many other novels, including most of the Brandon Sanderson stuff and just many, many other things. They're fantastic audio actors.
Kate Redding does Sarah Donati's books as well.
She's just fantastic. Their voices are great. Their accents are great. I love them. So, Kristina, where are you going to be doing anything like convention wise, or any other podcasts or anything where people can come and hang out with you anytime soon?
I'm going to be doing Blasters and Blades podcast, which is a science fiction and fantasy podcast, in April.
Okay.
They're really good people. I've been on their podcast a couple of times. I'll be doing a panel at Jordan Con, and I'll be there.
Yay.
If you go to Jordan Con and you like ribbons, find me. I will be doing a quiz, and everyone who does my quiz gets a ribbon, and we'll get a 5% off coupon for my web store.
For anyone who hasn't been to Jordan Con, badge ribbons are a thing, and there you go. You got your badge there. I have mine hanging just off camera. Let's see if I can.
Mine's hanging.
Mine's here, and I don't know where my other one is.
If I can pan without breaking anything. There we go. There's mine back there, hanging on the wall. I like to make mine look like a little shield. I usually have it hanging from my belt at the conventions.
I use bobby pins to roll it up.
That's okay. So I tried to bring like binder clips, and those did not work. So I knew bobby pins are a good idea.
As a pro tip for badge ribbons, bring clear packing tape with you, and either safety pins or bobby pins for pinning them once they get longer than you are tall. Because if you collect them, that will happen quickly.
Yeah, very quickly.
And if you go to JordanCon and you find me and tell me that Thom is in the book, I will give you a special ribbon that I only give my dedicated readers, because they can answer the question of who are the members of the She-Wolf pack. But if you tell me that Thom's in the book, then I'll let you be an honorary member of the She-Wolf pack.
Nice.
Yay! And that's only for y'all, but she ain't gonna say that again. The JordanCon is April 25th through the 27th of this year. It's in Georgia. I have the link for JordanCon if anyone is interested in going. It is the first Wheel of Time themed convention, also longest running, because I think this is coming up on year 16. But,
I popped a link to my Discord in private chat.
Okay.
Okay, I will post that as well and attach it to the description of this video when we're done. But thank you so much for hanging out with us, Kristina. That was a ton of fun. I love
you guys.
All right, we love you because you're an
It's
awesome
always
nerd.
fun.
And I
you have a
love
beautiful
being
brain.
with a fellow purple hair queen.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
You can't see mine today.
I thought about dyeing my beard purple because I would have purple hair 100% if I had hair, but I don't know. I think it would be distracting for me because I can kind of see my beard, and if I constantly always saw purple, I would be like, all the time. Yeah, I would just be wanting to stare at it. I don't know. I've dyed it, did temporary dyes for some things, and I also caked it with red glitter once for a costume, which was a bad idea. Don't do that ever.
Thanks, Glenn. You're so sweet.
Glenn is great. All right. Thank you so much. I love all you guys. We'll see you. Oh, I didn't post who our guest next week is, which is the other thing I usually do at the end of the show. Before we go, I have to do that because
we got distracted by candy and everything.
It was. And Kristina and her beautiful brain. So our guest for next week is someone who's being blocked by our banner because I'm bad at my job. Nickel Kopelkar. He is one of the people who composed the music for season 2 of The Wheel of Time. He is a professional composer and musician and a huge Wheel of Time fan. He's been a Wheel of Time fan forever. If for those who don't know him already, a lot of the more deep diving fans of The Wheel of Time might know that he was the one back when they first announced the television show. He put out a resume almost, please hire me to do music for this Wheel of Time show. He was currently the composer for the Budapest Orchestra, and he composed and had them play his version of what he thought the Wheel of Time theme song should be, or just kind of like a demo of what he could do. And he had it out on the internet, and it was freaking awesome.
That is awesome.
And then I'm sure he'll talk to us about how that played any kind of influence to how him getting the job with Lorne in season 2, because I'm sure it did. But anyway, go and check out his stuff. He's got his own TikTok. He's over on Spotify. He does scores for TV shows, movies, audiobooks. He releases music on his own because he's a musician by himself, so he's albums and things. Great music, all different types of instruments he plays, he sings. Just a wonderful dude. But yeah, he'll be hanging out with us next week. I think I covered all our bases now, Crystal. So with that, say goodnight, Crystal.
Good night, Crystal.